Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jacobs and welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. This is a Saturday night recording. We have an interesting bout. It was supposed to happen, or it's supposed to happen on May 9th. This bout, I want to say, was one of the first casualties of the coronavirus. I'll actually look that up as we're doing this because I have a feeling this bout's going to go fairly long. Both fighters have good chins, even though Viktor Postol does not have as much power as Jose Ramirez. At least it doesn't seem like he does. Anyway, so it's supposed to happen on May 9th. I don't know that it's going to happen on May 9th, but I figure, why not just do it? I'm doing 2 podcasts a week. And just filling this page, Boxing Time TV, with content. If there's stuff that you want to see, direct message me. Just let me know. Say, hey, make it, and we will make it. Let's just jump right to it. The tail of the tape. Ramirez is a 7-4 favorite. He's 27. Postol is 36. Ramirez is 5'10". Postol's 5'11". They both weigh 140. 72 reach for Ramirez. 73 reach for Postol. And Ramirez is 25-0. I want to say has 17 knockouts, and Viktor Postol's 31-2 with I think he has 12 or 13 knockouts. But the thing is, I think Viktor Postol has deceptive power, is especially shown in the knockout that he got over Lucas Matisse some years ago. This bout's scheduled for 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived. Let's get right to it. The fighters are coming out. I think this is going to be interested. I think this is going to be an interesting fight. The kind of fight that I think that Postol could give Ramirez some fits. He jabbing and movement and whatnot. I think he has this sort of classic stand-up European style that I think is going to give Ramirez some fits. But I think that Ramirez is going to place his punches well, and I think that he has enough power, enough speed, enough grace, enough youthful enthusiasm that he will ultimately overcome his more experienced and game-challenged foe. Like I said, this bout's supposed to happen on May 9th. Let's Google Postol. It's supposed to happen on May 9th. But let's see. I really do want to say that, they're saying it's going to be at Save Mart Center on May 9th. It's a new date and venue. Blah, blah, blah. But that was on March 9th. That's before everything kind of really exploded with the whole coronavirus thing. And I just want to thank everybody for listening. This is a very interesting, crazy, scary time. And I just figure, well, what can I do, to sort of make this better for people? And especially if you're a boxing fan. And I'm like, I need to do more of these podcasts. I don't know if they help. I find that I enjoy doing them. And I just think that this is sort of an interesting way to look at boxing. And I think that, I love that whole World Boxing Super Series thing. I love what they're doing. And, that looks great. That's EA. This is an old boxing game. But I honestly believe theirs is a better production, better format, better everything. But in terms of, realisticness related to boxing, I think that this game is better. Even though it's different, even though it's more, it looks like those old fight reels. It's just this game, you're never at a point where there's a super punch that's going to get you out of trouble. You're never at a point where you'll see your stamina going down, and then you got to go in for the knockout. This at any point, any fighter can win, and you will often see that in this game. So. But the World Boxing Super Series is amazing. I'm so glad that Sauerland Events is doing it. And I'm curious about this whole thing that Eddie Hearn's talking about that he's pitched to EA. Because if we can get some more computerized boxing, I would love to see it. I mean, I try to make it available here, but I'm only so big and only have so much money and blah, 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 blah. And, let's be honest, Boxing Time TV isn't that big. But I think for the people that like it, for the people that have signed up and subscribed, I think you find this enjoyable. So we're now going after the first round. Jose Ramirez taking that round on all the judges' scorecards. Let's go to the second round now. as these guys come out. But I think Postol did enough jabbing wise that he gained Ramirez's respect. And I think he also turned Ramirez into a fighter that is going to have a hard time landing combinations. And that's Ramirez's bread and butter. So we'll see how that affects him. I mean, Ramirez may still win, but I say he can't land combinations. He just tags Viktor Postol. Wow, with some shots. So I'm gonna look up and see if it's canceled now. This bout. So now they're saying that it's postponed a second time due to the coronavirus pandemic. So it was pushed back 2 months ago. So now it's postponed. This bout's postponed indefinitely. So, hey, this is right now, Boxing Time TV is kind of the only place that you're going to see it. I wonder if we just had an earthquake. I want to say I sort of just felt something. So yeah, this bout is canceled indefinitely. It was gonna happen on February 1st at Mission Hills Resort in China. And Ramirez pushing Viktor Postol back, but postponed that event. That event that was supposed to happen in February was postponed on January 23rd as the coronavirus spread throughout China, and now it's been postponed again indefinitely. So hopefully this will happen, not just in this game, but hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. We're in the final minute of the second round. Once again, my name is Evan Jacobs. You are watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links. Please tell people about this site. Like I've often said, I do a sloppy podcast. The game isn't the prettiest thing to look at. This is the kind of thing I tell people: put it on in the background and just enjoy this. Or you can watch it. I mean, some of these fights are short. Some of them go really, really long. This bout I think is going to go long, but I could be wrong. So once again, I think Jose Ramirez locking up this first round. He provided a lot of good pressure. He got Postol on the ropes. So we'll see what happens. And I remember when this bout was first canceled, and I remember thinking, oh wow, the coronavirus canceled it. Oh well, that's in China. Who would know that we would now be dealing with this pandemic, and it's a scary time. We're gonna get through it. But it's just one of those things that we need to be vigilant. Wow, and Viktor Postol already 10-8, losing 10-8 on one judge's scorecard, 10-8 on another judge's scorecard, but another judge having it even. So Viktor Postol already down by 7 points after the first 2 rounds. We have 10 more rounds left. And I'm telling you, I think Jose Ramirez is starting to take over a little bit. Every time I say something like that, Viktor Postol does something. And right there, Viktor Postol landing, although you can just see the effect of the punches on Jose Ramirez versus Viktor Postol is there is certainly a difference. Oh, and Postol doing decent work with the jab now. All right. We're coming into the final minute of this, the third round. And Viktor Postol kind of holding his own a little bit more in the center of the ring in the second round. He's doing much more than he did in the third round, but he's doing much more than he did in the second. He did next to nothing in the second round. So this is getting very, very interesting. But man, Jose Ramirez teeing off, finding a way. Oh, wow. And he wobbles Viktor Postol with a left hand. And that's the thing is, Postol was dropped by Terence Crawford. I believe that's the only time that he's ever been dropped. And I mean, there's no shame in the game getting dropped by Terence Crawford. Crawford is a very dynamic fighter. All right. Ramirez is breathing heavy. Postol's breathing heavy. And Ramirez once again taking that round. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9 across the board to bring Ramirez 10 points ahead of Viktor Postol at 90-10. We are in the fourth round of this simulated boxing match between Jose Ramirez and Viktor Postol. My name is Evan Jacobs. Thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. If you like what you're seeing here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links and, just tell these people about this, and let's try to build out this place as a consistent hub of combat sports entertainment. I usually try to do one of these a week. Now I'm doing 2 a week, especially during this whole coronavirus thing. And when I was off for my week of spring break, I did 1 a day. So this is why we're so ahead with all the bouts. We have, in fact, I'm so ahead, I almost did bouts I've already done, like Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora. Viktor Postol's having a moment here, folks. I'm not saying he's going to win, but he's having a moment. He's having a few moments against Jose Ramirez. And White versus Povetkin. Next up, I'm going to do Virgil Ortiz versus Samuel Vargas, as well as Shakur Stevenson versus Manuel Mariaga. And then eventually I'm going to do Triple G versus Canelo 3, as soon as we know a little bit more about that. So, rumor has it, I want to say that they canceled the Anthony Joshua fight today versus I just touched my eye, so if I put some of that not hand cream, if I put the sanitizer on my hands, I won't touch my face because it'll hurt my eyes, and I'll instinctively know that. Anyway, Viktor Postol's having some moments here. He's driving Jose Ramirez back, although Ramirez beating him up, going to the body. And that's one thing that I like to see about Ramirez. He's landing at the top, he's landing up top, he's landing to the body. So that could hurt Viktor Postol much later in this fight, when he's throwing his punches, and he'll be more worn out, I think, because the body doesn't move, but the head does, as you know. Ramirez doing well, blocking, hitting up top to the head. And I'm telling you, Ramirez is looking sharp tonight, folks. Try as Viktor Postol might, Ramirez is looking sharp. Youth is being served. Oh, look at that. Nice back and forth action. All right, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9 for Jose Ramirez across the board. I'm sad to hear that this bout is indefinitely canceled. But back to what I was saying, that's one thing, guys. I go on all these different tangents as I talk. That's the one thing I love about the Joe Rogan show. He just seems to get guys on and talk to them. Doesn't really seem to, I mean, I'm sure that he does, but doesn't seem to do a lot of preparation or interview questions. Just kind of has them on and talks to them, but does these great in-depth interviews. Anyway, where I'm going with this whole thing is so Anthony Joshua was supposed to fight Kubrat Pulev on, and I actually did that fight here on BoxingTime TV. Please check it out. I'll actually link that fight to this fight. And that fight, Joshua Pulev, was canceled today too. And I think people are upset because that fight's happening in June. Now, here's the thing. I think the reason, I think we could still see boxing in June. I think on a smaller club level, because I work for a boxing promoter who's planning on having some club shows in June. I think the reality of it is those are going to be, if those happen, there's going to be a ton of social distancing things happen. It's not going to be as big of an event. It's going to be a much different affair. And I think that those bouts can happen. A heavyweight title fight like Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev, that was supposed to happen on June 20th. It's a different animal. And those guys, I mean, I just think with everything going on, staying in the gym, doing all the stuff, they don't want to risk overtraining. They don't want to risk undertraining. They don't want, they want to perform at their best. So I think it makes sense that a bout like that would be canceled. I think we could see more boxing. And I want to say that I heard that bouts were going to be starting in May in Japan, but I may have heard that wrong. And, in America, we're entering what a lot of people believe is going to be the thick of this virus. And it's scary. I know that in New York, we lost like 600 lives today or some number like that. And it's just crazy. And I've never lived through anything like this. I don't know a lot of people who have. It's a scary time, but it's also something that we are going to get through. And we just need to be vigilant. We need to practice our social distancing. We just need to do what we're doing. I mean, I'm just trying to stay inside as much as I can. I go out when I need to. I go out every day for like a walk, but as far as going to the store and stuff like that, like I try to avoid that a couple of times a week, 3 times a week at most. I'm wearing a mask now, or at least a mask that I made because you can't buy masks. I'm wearing a mask that I made out of a shirt sleeve. And, this just shows a lot about America, just in the sense of being prepared and, just how prepared were we? I mean, could we have seen this coming? And that's a big reason why, with my job, with our current administration, Viktor Postol evened up on 2 of the judges' scorecards. One of the judge gives it to Jose Ramirez 10-9. They're saying that Ramirez is breathing heavy. Postol is tired. I don't blame Trump. I look at this as who could have really foreseen this coming. I mean, I didn't really take this seriously. It wasn't until I saw that Italy was closing their entire country that I was like, oh, wow, this thing is super duper major. Because usually things that are far away, we compartmentalize them. Oh, that's not here. That can't happen here. But it is. And it's one of those things that hopefully the next time we'll just be more prepared, hopefully. And, a lot of people are saying, social distancing is here to stay. I don't know, though. I mean, I think it's going to be here to stay for a while. I think we're going to be talking about this for a long time, and we're going to be taking measures. And I think that we're going to do things like that. But I think eventually restaurants, ballparks, all that stuff is going to be packed again, because I think that people want to be a part of those things. They want to go to those things. I want to go to the movies. But, and I was even going to the movies up until in California, they did the whole stay-at-home ordinance. I was going to the movies until a few days before that, which probably wasn't the smartest thing. Oh, and right now, Jose Ramirez punching Postol into the ropes. So, yeah. I try not to get into politics and whatnot, but this whole coronavirus thing it's bigger than politics. It's all of our lives. And, as someone who creates, oh, wow, Ramirez wobbling Postol, and if I'm Ramirez, I just go to the body. I concentrate on the body and I come up top. I think that Postol is ultimately going to be around a lot. He's in this for the duration. He's landing. He's throwing punches. So I just think we need to settle in for, just kind of an enjoyable fight. I think Postol's going to have his moments, but I think he's cagey enough and crafty enough to hang on and last a decision, even if he does take a beating in the process. Oh, getting punched into the ropes again by Jose Ramirez. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay, and so Ramirez kind of picking his spots here, just trying to get ready and trying to do it. We'll see how this goes for him. And Ramirez kind of measuring him. All right, so Jose Ramirez is breathing heavy. Postol's obviously tired. 10-9, 10-8, 10-8, all for Jose Ramirez. So Jose Ramirez is at 180, and Viktor Postol's at 161 after six rounds. So Jose Ramirez up by 19 points, starting to just really build his lead. He ever since the second round, he's really kind of taken over this fight. All right, so Jose Ramirez now just tattooing Viktor Postol against the ropes. Once again, you are watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links with your family and friends. Please just let people know about Boxing Time TV. I love new subscribers. It really puts a smile on my face whenever I see, this guy subscribed to you, that girl subscribed to you, whoever. Whatever you are welcome at Boxing Time TV. Oh wow, and Ramirez is tattooing Postol now. Postol, give him a lot of credit just for hanging in there, fighting the way that he is. Oh, look at that. Jose Ramirez landing and dropping Postol. Postol's gonna get up. We're at the halfway point now, and I'm telling you, I think Postol's kind of just he's cagey enough and crafty enough and strong enough to be in here for a prolonged beating. I would love to see Jose Ramirez close the show. I think that'd be a big feather in his cap. If he's touching him to the body, so we'll see what Postol has now. But oh, wow, and he's wobbled again, and Jose Ramirez is picking his spots. All right, so now they're saying that Ramirez is breathing heavy, Postol's breathing heavy, and has a swollen eye. Viktor Postol losing that round, 10-8, 10-8, 10-8 on 3 of the judges' scorecards. He is now behind by 25 points to Jose Ramirez. It's almost becoming an insurmountable lead, and Ramirez is just continuing. He's just coming out. He's not afraid. And once again, this is Evan Jacobs doing Boxing Time TV. You know, I'm going to do that again. I'm actually trying to record an episode, or I'm actually trying to record for my Instagram show, Boxing Time with Evan. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle's Boxing Time with Evan and it's on Instagram. Right now, we are doing the Jose Ramirez Viktor Postol fight on Boxing Time TV. Please tune in. You can catch all these fights by just clicking the link in the bio on the left-hand side. Right now, Jose Ramirez is putting a beating on Viktor Postol. Tune in right now or tune in later and you'll be able to see it. But in the meantime, there's a ton of content up there for you to watch. Thank you so much. And here I'll try to give you trying to give you some kind of view of Boxing Time TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. And one thing I want to say, I love the World Boxing Super Series. I think they're doing an amazing job at that. I'm proud of all that. I'm just happy to see all that, all the simulated boxing content. It's nice to have content up during these times when there's no sports on now. And as I was saying earlier, oh wow, Jose Ramirez has Viktor Postol wobbled. I better get back to the fight. Oh, Ramirez Viktor Postol fight. Oh, and Ramirez just landing on him. And he keeps pushing him into the ropes. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on this as I put my as I do my oh, and he has him, and he has him wobbled. So Ramirez is breathing heavy. Postol's exhausted and has a swollen eye. Jose Ramirez winning that round 10-7, 10-8, and 10-7 on another judge's card. Jose Ramirez up 33 points over Viktor Postol as we go into the 9th round. And folks, I'm telling you, I think we're reaching a point where maybe Postol's corner should think about stopping it. It all depends. I mean, looking at the severity of his swollen eye and all these, I just don't know that this needs to continue. And now Postol, I'm just laying against the ropes, letting Jose Ramirez just kind of pound on him. And Postol's trying, and like I said, he's cagey enough. He's probably going to last the whole distance just because he's cagey enough. Look, he hits him to the body. And and Jose Ramirez is learning something now, and that's great. But I think the amount of punishment that Postol is going to take in the process, I don't know that it's worth it. almost have this post up. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Although I don't know what more I can say about this. We're in the final minute of the 9th round, and they're all becoming kind of carbon copies of each other as Jose Ramirez takes a rout over Viktor Postol. I don't know if I'm even saying his name correctly. All right. So we're getting that up. And here we go. We're coming into the final seconds, and it would almost be beneficial for Viktor Postol's eye to be shut, because then they would stop the bout, save him any further punishment. But he's crafty. He's staying. He's losing the rounds. He's conserving his energy, and he lost 10-8 on one judge's scorecards, 10-9 on another judge's scorecard, and then 10-9 on another judge's scorecard. All right, let's go. And I just saw an ad for Sergey Kovalev, who's going to be fighting Sullivan Barrera at some point. At least that is the hope. And the reality for that is that bout is currently canceled or postponed. But you can also see that on Boxing Time TV. I'm telling you, we're doing as many of them as humanly possible. Want this filled up so that, and this is sort of an evergreen thing, because once boxing comes back, and it will, you'll have all these bouts to kind of, our motto here at Boxing Time TV is why wait, watch it now, then watch the real thing and compare. So you just need to, you have them here, watch them, let me know what you think. If you love them, if you hate them, I can take it all. And then you can also watch the real, you can watch the real thing. And sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. And I'm honest when I'm right, and I'm honest when I am wrong, and I'm wrong a lot. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Now, here's the thing. With the simulator, it's not me. You know what I mean? It's not me. I literally put their stuff in, and I put their stats in from BoxRec, and I go on the internet sometimes, and if I'm looking for specific things, and then I just put it on simulation. I sit back, and I let these fighters go. So, yeah. Oh, Jose Ramirez tagging Viktor Postol. Postol, just stay down. You don't want any more. Oh, and he gets up. I'm telling you, folks, Postol's a good fighter. He's tough. He's cagey. And I'm saying he has the ability to recuperate from punches. And I'm telling you, Jose Ramirez is having a tremendous performance. Dropped him twice, been on him, doing all the right things, executing. It's just Jose Ramirez. It's just Viktor Postol, tough guy, wants to stay on it. And yeah. All right, so Ramirez is breathing heavy. Postol's exhausted and has a swollen eye. 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, all for Jose Ramirez as we move into the 11th round. Like I said, folks, settle in. We're in for one of those fights. But the thing is, I give Viktor Postol credit. He's out there. He's throwing punches. He's in the center of the ring now. He's been able to keep the distance. And so he's doing something to keep Jose Ramirez off of him. The thing is it just prolonging a longer beating? Oh man, and we're at a point where Jose Ramirez is just pot shotting, picking his shots easily, and just really hurting Jose Ramirez. This is becoming, I mean, it's becoming a brutal rout on the part of Jose Ramirez. Oh, and has him wobbled and hurt. I'm telling you, Jose Ramirez, give him credit. He's doing all the right things. Just Viktor Postol can hang on. Tough guy. And, you got to give Jose Ramirez credit. He's picking his shots. The next bout that we're going to be doing is going to be, I believe, Vergil Ortiz versus Sammy Vargas. So we'll be doing that one tomorrow. And then next weekend, we got Shakur Stevenson and Manuel Mariaga. And then I just got Canelo versus Triple G. And then I just got to kind of pick and choose and figure it out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a tournament or something. Maybe I'll do something maybe simpler, different. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like 10-round fights. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like Rocky Marciano versus Mike Tyson. Who knows? Maybe direct message me. Let me know bouts that you want to see. But like I said, two a week until, all these stay-at-home orders kind of get lifted. 10-8, 10-8, 10-8. Jose Ramirez, Postol's exhausted and has a swollen eye. We're in the final round. It would take a miraculous assortment of punches from Viktor Postol to knock out Jose Ramirez. Not out of the realm of possibility, because boxing is the theater of the unexpected. But is it going to happen? Probably not. Oh man, and Jose Ramirez punching Viktor Postol into the ropes, but Postol hitting back. And that's got to be, it's good for Jose Ramirez to get this kind of pushback, to know that he can hit a guy, beat up a guy, and the guy's going to hang with him. And Jose Ramirez remains composed. He doesn't start taking pictures of his punches. He just keeps going to the head, to the body. And I mean, I don't know. I still think that Jose Ramirez could knock out Viktor Postol, but I think by and large we're going to be getting a fairly lopsided decision. And then I say that, and Postol's wobbled now, and you see Ramirez going in for the kill. Oh, man. Postol landing. And you never know. He could be setting it up. Could be waiting all night just to land that one punch. You just never know in this sport of the theater of the unexpected. I'm going to stand up now. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad being that far away from the mic. I really love this Yeti mic. I really love it. It helps me do so much. And I'm going to adjust it. I think it adds so much to the just to the ambiance, to the way I feel having a mic like this, and it's so user friendly, so easy to use. So Blue Yeti, thank you very, very much. Oh, and Jose Ramirez taking a, like we said, a lopsided decision over Viktor Postol. Let's go in for the particulars now. The winner is Jose Ramirez by unanimous decision. The fight lasted 12 rounds. Ramirez was not knocked down. Postol was knocked down 2 times, has a cut over his eye. The final scores were 120-101, 120-103, and 120-98. So fairly lopsided for Jose Ramirez. Thank you so much for watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you saw here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram, Boxing Time with Evan. And our motto here, like I said, is why wait? Watch it now, and then tune in and watch the real thing when it happens and compare. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the fights.